Hey guys, I don't know if you remember this computer or not, but a long time ago I did a series on doing a file and web server, but I never really completed it, and I wanted to finish it. Um, so there's that computer now. I got it hooked up with a Cat 5e network cable to our router, and then there's my dad's computer. Um, and I just wanted to make a small video on some changes I've done to this and other stuff like that. Oops, let me put a chair here. So it's basically the same old computer as it was. I did add a few more things. Let me take the side panel off here. I'm trying to do this one-handed is not easy. So, oh, come on. Why is this like that? There we go. Okay. So it's the same, basically the same hardware. There's same video card, just an old little video card. I did add another 512 megs of RAM, so it has 600 and something megabytes now. But the major things that I've done to this is I added this Adapt Tech SCSI controller card, and it's a 64-bit controller card, but you can put it in a 32-bit slot, but there is going to be a little bit of overhang. And I've added more hard drives. I had only one hard drive in it before. I added a 40 gigabyte IDE hard drive, and then a 128 gigabyte or 130 gigabyte SCSI hard drive up here. This is I know. Is that the IBM desk? No, that's a what do you call it? Seagate Cheetah 63 pin SCSI. So I've got the SCSI things there. I removed the so there's 3 hard drives in this. I removed the floppy drive and just left this open so as an air intake. And then I've also just unplugged the CD drive. But what this is running now is it's running, instead of, I think it was Windows XP before, it's running FreeNAS 8, which is a FreeBSD based operating system. In order for it to work, you do have to have 2 hard drives, because one hard drive is going to be the installation media, and then the second hard drive is going to be your storage volume. So I've got, since there's the 3 drives in there, I got one 20 gig, which is the middle one, which is the one that actually is the one where it's installed on, and then the other 2 drives are storage. You can put however many drives you want. You can configure RAID. I don't have a RAID card right now, so there's no RAID in this, but there's just 2 hard drives. I did add another network interface card too, so there's 2 D-Link network interface cards. I'm not quite sure what they are. They're definitely not gigabit, but they work fine for what I use this for. I just use this to store all my schoolwork, videos, music, just important files that I wouldn't want to have to get screwed up. And then also this came in real handy when my dad accidentally downloaded a virus on this computer, and it was running Windows XP at the time, and so I just hooked that up, backed up all this stuff onto it, and we formatted it and put Windows 7 on it. So yeah, I'm probably going to be doing some upgrades to this more in the future. I want to get a Norco 4U rack mount and transfer all the stuff from this to that. And I also want to upgrade because the amount of memory to 1 gigabyte of RAM, because this motherboard, that's the maximum it supports, because it's a Pentium 3 socket 370 motherboard. And I do want to get a RAID card for this, and probably replace those two network interface cards with gigabit ones. So yeah, stay tuned for in a second for the installation or not installation, but the configuration guide to FreeNAS. Okay, so here we are in my room right now. I'm on my laptop, and so to connect to the actual FreeNAS server, what you do is you put in the web address, and for me it's https 192.168.1.106, and the port is 1000 for me. That's adjustable. So you just go to the IP address of that particular server, and then you'll get up with this SSL certificate error, whatever. Understand the risks, add exception, confirm security exception. Then you come up with this box. When you first install it, it's just going to be login, and you actually have to set a password and stuff. For me, I'm just going to put my actual my password and my username. Hopefully I put in the right one. Then you come up with this screen. I've modified this a little bit, so you might not exactly get exactly what this looks like, but the first on install, you're going to be this alert thing is going to be beeping like crazy, and it's going to say you need to set a password. So to do that, you just go to account and then change password and then set a password. But you can do that later. So basically, I'm just going to go through some of the different features. One of the things is that you get this screen which gives you a detailed report on what your interface traffic is, CPU usage, memory utilization, system load, processes, swap, disk space. Like, as you can see, this disk is almost full, and then this one is getting there. And yeah, you can either do it hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. And there's a lot of these too. So settings tab, you have the protocol. This I set it to HTTPS because I like HTTPS. The web GUI address, you can either bind it to a wildcard, your IPv4 address, local address, or you can use an IPv6 address. The port, I set it to 1000, language, time zone, and then the NTP servers, and then syslog server if you have one. Factory restore, you can do that too, so if you screw something up, you can just restore it to factory settings. Advanced, you get the enable console menu. That's what this is, I think. No, that's what this one is. Show console messages and footer. That's what this does. So it shows you a little bit of the console. You can set an MOTD and things like that. Apply service packs, firmware update, rebuild, cache, save. Email. You can get it so that if there's a problem, it emails you. So that's what this is for. And then if you have an actual SSL certificate, you can set SSL up with this. System information, it just shows you the information. 627 megabytes of memory. It just shows you the information, the uptime, that stuff. Account, you can change your password, add new groups and change groups, and actually add new users and things like that. This is the admin user, and then the rest are just system users. Accounts, my account, groups, it's basically the same thing as it was here. System, the reporting, the settings, system information. You can set cron jobs too, so do that. rsync tasks, I forget what rsync does. I think what that does is it syncs this FreeNAS server with another FreeNAS server. Smart tests, you can run smart tests. sysctls, you can add those, and tuna tables, you can add those, or tunables, however you pronounce it. Network global configuration, that's just the host. You can do this, the host name. interfaces. You can add your interfaces here, and you can either do this via these things or just with these checkboxes kind of thing. Link aggregation. What this does is, let me just add one, is you get failover, FEC, LACP, load balance, round robin, or none, and you can add, basically it gets two, like if you want failover, it will take two of your network interface cards, and if one dies, then it uses the other one. It's just a redundancy thing. Load balancing, it splits the load between the two cards, almost like SLI, I guess. So that balances the load. Static routes, you can add a static route. VLANs, you can do VLANs, and then your network summary. Which, yeah. So storage, you can use periodic snapshots, replication, and then your volumes. This is what you're going to want. So I've got two volumes here. Let me just, storage. It's not going to click on it for me. Oh, never mind. Two volumes. I got mount storage and mount storage 2, and those are my two network shares, or my two hard drives. You can then do the create volume, select a hard drive, select a volume name, and so you can do either a UFS or ZFS file system. And if you get both of them, you can actually mirror or stripe the hard drives. So almost like RAID, but not really. I haven't done that yet because, as you can see, they're completely different capacities. If I had ones of the same capacities, I would do that. Cancel. You can view all volumes, import. So if you have one, like if you have a hard drive that already has volume on it, you can do that. Auto import does basically the same thing. Sharing. Now you have the option here to share for three different operating systems. NFS shares are for Linux and BSD based systems and things like that, and Solaris and stuff. AFP is more for Apple products, so like Apple OS X, that kind of thing. CIFS shares are Samba shares for Windows systems. It also will work on Linux. I use the CIFS shares for my Linux and this laptop. But yeah, you have your two shares here. So when you go to add share, you get the name, the comment, and then the path. The path, if you hit browse, you can choose a folder or an entire hard drive. These are actually two completely different hard drives. Export read only, browsable by network clients. You want that to be clicked. Inherit permissions, that depends. Allow guest access, so you don't want that to be clicked. Hosts, and you can either allow hosts, like whitelist, or blacklist hosts. And then other parameters that you want to set. Services, you have a bunch of different services here that you can control. Control services, if you click that, you can either turn on or off a service. SSH, I of course want that on. You can do UPS, FTP, or TFTP, FTP, Dynamic DNS, CIFS, Active Directory, all sorts of them. To configure each one of those services, you either click the little wrench, or you actually click the service below the control services. So say I want to control a FP, server name, guest access, guest account, max connections, etc. CIF. Oops. Wait for that to load. It's a little slow right now. And then you can change that log level minimum. I want that to be normal. Unix char set, all that good stuff. Hit OK. It's probably going to restart the service for me. You can enable home directories. Yeah, reloading. And you can see what it did down there. And yeah, just basically do that for all of these. Display system processes, you can see what processes are running. And then you can either do shutdown or reboot. So that's pretty easy there. This is a free operating system too, which I really like. It's very small. And also, one thing that you can do that's really easy is if you, instead of, you can run the thing completely headless and then do just 192.168.1.106. Just open up PuTTY, like what I'm doing now. Open, log in as root, put my password, and then there you go. You can do whatever you want. It's really easy that way too. If you're gonna like do a vulnerable, because I will say this thing, if you enable Samba, you're gonna have to do a little bit of configuration to make it secure and things. If you want me to do a video on that, I can. That's just, you'd have to download like Nextpoos or Nessus vulnerability scanner, do a scan on it, and then see what you get, and come in here and do like cd etc. Oh wait, cd etc. Plus cd local by samba.conf. Oh wait, no, I don't have that in that directory. But you get what I mean. You have to go into your samba.conf file and yeah, smb.conf. No, by smb.conf. And then there, yeah, it's, and edit. I think one of the things in here is you have to map it so there's no guest access or something like that. But yeah, you got to configure it so it's secure and stuff, and then so nobody can like hack into it. What you can do too is you can make it actually just local, or in one of the network settings you can make it, where is that? You can make it so that you it's, yeah, here, name servers. You can actually make it so it's a public file server. So say you want like to offer like a file sharing service online, you can do that. So yeah, that's FreeNAS. I'll put a link in the description to download it. The current version is version 8. Just burn it to a CD or something, and even you can actually get like a compact flash. Like I saw this, I think Max Arcade did this, where you get a compact flash card and an adapter for an IDE cable, and then just hook it into the IDE cable and run this operating system off the compact flash, and then use the rest of your hard drive space. Instead of having like a huge, like just a 20 gig hard drive or something for that, you can use the smaller capacity and have it that way, so then you can put more hard drives and get more storage. You can put RAID in this too, like if you want to add a RAID card, you can do that. There's a lot of good RAID cards, but RAID cards are expensive. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything, just leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment.